everybody. Welcome back to Quarantine Kitchen episode 4. As always, Chef Tyler here. And we don't need this, but we do need this. Now tonight, we have a very nice treat. We are having a cook-off. My friend Brian DeMoy in Nashville, Tennessee wants to cook some steak and potatoes versus my Vietnamese banh mi sandwich. Let's see how this goes.
What's going on, Quarantine Kitchen? Brian here, just outside of Nashville. Like I said, I'm cooking up a couple of filet mignons. We're gonna season those up, start them off on our cast iron, finish them off in the oven, which is heating at 410. We've got our Red Bliss potatoes. We're gonna be doing a garlic mashed potatoes for those. And we've got some oven roasted asparagus. Gonna be going into the oven a little bit before the steaks. The steaks will take about 10 minutes tops. So yeah, we're gonna get everything prepped up, ready to roll, see how Tyler's doing with his banh mi.
Now, one of the things I found out in doing my research on this banh mi sandwich, your typical lemongrass marinades are for pork and for chicken. However, I made one for this skirt steak here. Got the coconut oil going in the pan. If you've been watching any of my shows, you know how much I love coconut oil. Now, I've got a ton of skirt steak marinated. I'm not gonna go through it all tonight, but just enough to make a nice, tasty sandwich. Hey, Brian, how's that steak coming along?
All right, we're gonna get our potatoes cut up, get them in the water, get those boiling right away. So we'll start that prep. So I like a nice smaller cut. So we got our potatoes in our pot, water boiling here. Key to mashed potatoes, you gotta get that water oiled and salted. All right, we're gonna get the asparagus cut up now that our potatoes are boiling out on the stove. We're gonna get these ready to go into the oven. So with the asparagus, we wanna coat them nicely in a little bit of olive oil, some salt and pepper. I like a little, pepper flakes. Give it a little heat. So we're gonna give those a little toss, get them nice and coated. And then we're gonna go right onto our sheet pan. Getting ready to go right in the oven. Oven is at temp. We get these asparagus in there. Well, I mean, everything's working right now, so nothing else to do while we wait is to have ourselves a beverage. Four Roses Bourbon, everybody. It's the drink of choice this evening. I highly recommend it, and Four Roses, if you'd like to sponsor the Quarantine Kitchen, you can send all those bottles to me.
Well, Mr. DeMoy, all power to you, my friend. I've already killed a couple bottles of Four Roses this week, so we're switching to tequila. So, this one's to you. Okay, now generally, I like to have everything cooked in less than 20 minutes for less than $20. I've got a number of things to deal with here, so let's go through the kitchen, see what I got. All right, a couple other essentials on the banh mi. You've got to have your fresh cut cucumber. You got to have some cilantro and some red Fresnos or jalapenos, whatever you got. Any good banh mi sandwich has a little fish sauce, little chili pepper sauce. I didn't use as much fish sauce as Carol Baskins used on her husband. Step 1, you gotta have a nice foundation, nice piece of bread. Banh mi, interesting enough, means sandwich or bread in Vietnamese. So I've got a nice French sourdough roll right here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna scoop out some of the bread in here. We don't need all that much bread for this sandwich. I'm gonna have a lot of other ingredients on there. Woo! There we go. Hope your steak's coming together as nicely as mine is. Now, because I'm using skirt steak, probably cooks up a lot faster than your filet mignon, my friend. But this is about ready to get plated. So now I gotta prep the bun and get everything started over there.
All right, so one of the keys to getting a filet in a cast iron skillet cooked up the right way, you wanna make sure your skillet is nice and hot. So we wanna get that pan started. Then we're gonna be seasoning off our steaks liberally with salt and pepper, and putting some oil and butter in the pan, get nice and hot so we get that good sear on both sides before we stick it in the oven. So we're gonna get those steaks nice and liberally seasoned with some salt, pepper. We're gonna let those rest. What we wanna do, we wanna get a little bit of oil in the pan, a little bit of butter, We want to let that brown up just a little bit. So what we're looking for here, we're looking at that butter to start to brown just a little bit. Get our steaks. 1 and 2. 2 minutes on each side. Got one more flip. And into the oven. Here we go. All right, so we got the steaks in the oven. Potatoes almost done. Asparagus roasting away. We're good to go over here. Tyler, how's everything looking on your end of the country?
Looks like you have a pretty nice setup over there. A little more professional camera and audio equipment than I have over here in this little kitchen in quarantine. So quarantine must be treating you pretty badly over there. Brian, I'm about ready to plate my steak. How you doing over there?
Hear that sound? That means our steaks are ready. Gonna set them on their plates to rest. Quick check in on our potatoes. Nice and soft, ready to come out. Finish off the potatoes. Again, little peasant spice, some salt, a little bit of pepper. Quarantine, no heavy cream. So we're gonna do a little bit of milk and then some garlic. Going right in there, some minced garlic. Last piece is the extra herb butter. A little bit of mash. Almost whipped. Want to get our herb butter on there melting. Our asparagus. Last but not least, herb butter, garlic mash. And there we have it. Herb butter, garlic mashed potatoes with oven roasted asparagus.
Oh, almost forgot the egg. You gotta get that on there. What I like about putting the egg on the sandwich is that nice runny yolk. Once you bite into it, it kind of just gets all into everything. Ooh, you hear that sizzle, buddy? Yeah, you can. All right, now let's throw the steak on the sandwich. Yeah, just had a little bite of this. This tastes really good. Lemongrass is a pretty potent flavor, so you kind of gotta make sure that you're timing everything just right. Oh man, gotta try some of this steak. Man, I outdid myself in the marinade. Lemongrass skirt steak banh mi. Oh.
Well, there you have it. Pan-seared, oven finished, filet mignon, none for you, buddy. Herb garlic mashed potatoes and oven roasted asparagus. Mr. Klotz, I have no idea how yours turned out, but I can tell you my quarantine kitchen couldn't be brighter. Perfect, medium rare.
Oh, I put a lot of work into this sandwich. I marinated the steak for 2 days in a lemongrass marinade. I made a homemade aioli for the first time. I pickled carrots and cucumbers for the first time. And I've got the fried egg, the lemongrass skirt steak, the pickled carrots, the aioli, some good red peppers on here. Now let's cut into it to see how it tastes. That blends together really well. Pickled carrots, lemongrass steak. Now my friend asked me whether or not I should toast the bun. No. Having a nice soft bun really helps the texture of the meal out. I'm gonna be eating a lot of this week.